Let's raise the big questions tonight. Why is Christmas a target of hate for Hindutva groups? Who will punish this goon culture? Has hate been normalized? Who wants to kill Christmas cheer? BJP's Sabka Saath promise, is it turning out to be merely a slogan when it comes to ground realities? Joining me now, Father Nigel Barrett. He's spokesperson for the Archdiocese of Mumbai. Colin Gonsalves, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court. Advocate Amitosh Parikh, he's National Spokesperson, BHP. Shashi, former DGP Punjab, Senior IPS Officer, is also joining me. I want to come to you first, Father. What do you want to say today to the country 2 days ahead of Christmas when these are the images that we are playing, not just from one place, but from several parts of the country?
Well, it's extremely shocking that something like this is happening around. Christmas is about peace, love, goodwill, and we would love that to be the culture of our country, because India as a nation is one known for its peace, its goodwill, its harmony between all people of all faiths. And unfortunately, the reality that we are seeing across the nation is a lot of intolerance, and unfortunately, those in leadership are not making a strong stand against it.
But Father, when you hear these groups saying that there is forcible conversion, that we are acting against forcible conversion, what will you tell those who use this language that Christians are missionaries are engaging in forcible conversion, hence we are trying to make a point?
I don't see any kind of forcible conversion. Look at the conviction rate of those who've been arrested. How many cases have actually proved that there was forcible conversion? And if you look at the track record, I think practically every case that was taken up in court has been dismissed as not as evidence that were either insufficient or there was absolutely no coercion or conversion happening.
You know, Advocate Amitosh Parikh, your national spokesperson, BHP, the BJP isn't coming on this show on this issue, but Amitosh, is this acceptable? What kind of India is this, where someone can get away by abusing, assaulting a visually impaired woman, accusing her of conversion, where people's Santa Claus caps are being removed, where congregations are being disrupted? Is this what is Vishwa Hindu Parishad all about?
Thank you, Rajdeep, for providing me an opportunity to speak on the platform. Yes, I know definitely we all have the responsibility on our shoulder to protect the secularism, but definitely not at the cost of conversions. Also, at the second time, if I may...
A visually impaired woman is beaten up, you're going to accuse her of conversion? Go to the courts?
Let me speak. Yes, let me speak.
Who is this one woman to decide? There is a court of law in this country. You're a lawyer.
I'm coming to my law points, Rajdeep. The force of forcible conversions are not been provided and protected under Article 25, and therefore rape is stainless versus Union of India, State of Madhya Pradesh. In AI 1978, Supreme Court has said, no, you are not being provided the right to convert people under the garb of Article 25 of freedom of religion, profess or propagate religion. That means if you are challenging the conversion, if you are allowing the conversion, you are challenging the very wisdom of the Honorable Supreme Court of India.
Now coming to the point go to the courts. She's assaulting and abusing a visually impaired woman. Are you defending these actions?
Ask to the BJP spokesperson why she has done, but coming on the picture of the recent ground...
No, the Vishwa Hindu Parishad, Bajrang Dal are organizing it. She's a VHP leader. Vishwa Hindu Parishad activists, Bajrang Dal are removing Santa Claus hats. Who the hell gave you the permission to do that?
You have a problem of Bajrang Dal people removing Santa Claus hat, but you don't have a problem when in Ranchi, Mother Mary has been depicted as tribal goddesses, and the incident has come forward with the tribals has opposed the same. You don't have problem with that. You don't have problem with David Ray says missionaries converted over 1 lakh people in the COVID in the garb of secularism. You don't have problem in 2018 an orphanage running in Jharkhand Ranchi by the missionaries of charity was caught selling 14-year-old baby under the garb of social services. No, Rajdeep will not have a problem. Permit Christians events only. Hindu people have coming forward in the tribal areas of demanding no Christian celebration to be done where this no Christian, a church has been built. US-based Christian pastor claim over 1 lakh Hindus has been converted. No, the people will not have problem with this. Allowing children...
One minute. We have a problem. I have a problem, sir. 1 minute. Amitosh, I've heard you. I have no problem as long as people conform to the rule of law. No one here can take the law into their own hands, remove Santa Claus hats, disrupt congregations, or indeed assault and abuse a visually impaired woman. Unacceptable. But Colin Gonsalves, you're hearing what the VHP spokesperson is saying. He's saying there is mass conversion going on in this country, and therefore the Vishwa Hindu Parishad and groups like that are coming out and standing up against that. This is not against Christmas, this is against conversion.
Well, Rajdeep, right from the Kandamal riots till today, this allegation has been made against Christians. And if we ask my friends who are present in this meeting today, they will not be able to show you a single conviction by a single court in the country saying that so-and-so person forcibly converted somebody. It's all just political propaganda. And this is political propaganda now rising to the level of violence. And to my mind, this kind of attacks on Christians that are taking place across the country is akin to terrorism. Now these groups,
I'll let you respond. Don't worry, I'll let you respond.
Now these groups that always talk about terrorism, we should turn our attention to them and see, are they attempting to overawe by force a sizable portion of the Indian community, of the Indian population, overawe the nation and overawe its people? Yes, that is terrorism. And these organizations whose names you mentioned, not me, the names you mentioned on your program today, these are like terrorists who have gone scot-free for a long time. It's time they are prosecuted under UAPA and put behind bars and denied bail.
You're calling
now,
them
why has it not
before?
happened? One last thing, Razi. Why has it not happened? Because that case is pending in court of 600 attacks per year on Christians, Christian priests beaten and bashed up and so on. That case is pending in court. Pleadings are ready for argument. Supreme Court is not taking up that case for the last 4 years. If the judiciary keeps silent, we have no one to protect us, and these kind of terrorists carry on like before because the judges are silent.
Now, may I, Razi?
You know, I mean, before you come in, I've got a police officer. Let him respond to the point that FIRs are not filed in many of these cases. Shashi Kantji, the impunity with which this goes on is partly in the video that I'll show you, where this visually impaired lady is being attacked by a BJP district vice president. The policeman is standing by. I mean, what is the police involved? Even when it happened in Delhi yesterday in Lajpat Nagar, the police had some excuse saying it was some local dispute. They are getting away. The problem is no FIRs are being filed. There are over 700 incidents as per the source document that I have in 2025 that have involved targeted attacks on Christians. Between 2014 and 2024, incidents of violence rose from 139 to 834. Is it because the police will not act that they fear taking on these vigilante groups? Bajrang Dal and VHP seem to be above the law in this country.
Well, in my about 40 years of service, I thought that we had rule of law in this country. But I think that whatever I thought about the rule of law in this country during the last 40 years, I think probably I was probably mistaken. Sadly, whatever is happening is just not acceptable. And in this case, like you showed this picture that a visually impaired lady was being shouted at and whatever was going on.
But why? Why? Shashi Kantji, if I may ask, why is the police not willing to act? Who do they fear? These are vigilante groups who can take the law into their own hands. What is the police fearing? Do they fear that their political patrons are the ones? Do they fear the politicians? Who do they fear?
I'll give you this example out of my own experience. I'm from Punjab, Karwar, belong to UP. I'm from Punjab, Karwar, served here. Whenever any such incident happened, and probably still happening, what the police guys do, they pick up the phone and ask their seniors, hey, what should we do? Should we act or should we close our eyes and go off to sleep? And it all depends on the political leadership. Right now, I'm talking about my state, whatever I've seen, whatever the political leadership says, that goes on, sadly, unfortunately, and shockingly. Thank you.
You're saying the political leadership is the one. Amitosh Parikh, please tell me, does the VHP believe it's above the law of the country? You will go and protest, and rightly so, what has happened with lynching of a Hindu in Bangladesh. You have every right to do that. But when someone, but you seem to believe that that gives you the impunity to attack someone, helpless woman is attacked and you all will do nothing. You will snatch away someone's Santa Claus hat. According to Colin Gonsalves, you all are terrorists.
Thank you so much, Rajdeep. And thank you so much for calling us a terrorist. If it costs to the protection of our religion, for our dharma, we are happy to accept the term they provided to us. Definitely we'll be terrorists for the Christians. Why not? Let me quote you for the examples from the Bible. And he said to them, go into all the world and preach the good news to all creations. He that believes and is baptized will be saved, but he that does not believe to be condemned. Mark 16:15, page number 1007, Bible. If anyone comes to me and does not have his father and mother and wife and children and brothers and sisters, yes, and even his own soul, he cannot be my disciple. Who are we protecting and for what purpose we are protecting?
Now, what
The
is this
religion
Hindu
who's based
dharma?
on the extension
Hindu dharma
story.
is inclusive. From Zoroastrians to Christianity, we have
I'm
embraced
quoting
people.
Bible, I'm quoting
For
Bible, I'm not
God's
quoting
sake,
Gita.
there is
You must
only
have a
one
problem
holy
when
book
I'm
in this
quoting
country.
Gita.
According to me, it's the Constitution of India. You are a
What
lawyer,
about when
Amitosh.
children
Have
of
you read
ST
the
converted in
Constitution?
converted school? What about in minors
What is
forced to
Article
obey religious
25?
tests without their forced
Freedom of
conversion?
religion.
What about when Lavinia gets suicide in Tamil Nadu and her dying declaration? Let me quote. Lavinia of 19th of January 2022, 12th year student girl, breathed her last bed with the dying declaration in Tamil Nadu said, my name is Lavinia. The school had asked my parents in my presence if they can come and convert me to Christianity and help her for further studies. Since I didn't accept, they keep scolding me. She also named one Rachel Mary, who allegedly tortured her. Are we making more Lavinias in this country? And what about law we are talking about? The law doesn't provide for the conversion. And if we have to speak against the conversion,
What is
yes,
your
we
holy book?
will not let it cost
Is
to the
your holy
religious
book
faith.
the Constitution of this country? Amitosh, do you believe in the
What is the
Constitution?
constitution of this country? The
Do you know what
Constitution of
Article
country is not providing
25
you the right
says?
to convert. The constitution of country is not providing you the right to convert, as I have quoted in Revis Teles versus State of Madhya Pradesh,
Okay, let's.
Supreme Court in
Okay.
1978.
Okay, you made the point. I will put a graphic now to give some numbers. Since this conversion, no one is denying that there may be conversion taking place, but let's just take a look at hard numbers. Christian population in India. Official census, 1951, they numbered 0.83 crore, making up 2.3% of India's population. As you can see, as you go by 1981, the Christian population had risen to 1.62 crores. Its share declined to 2.43%. Take 2001, 21st century, the number further increased to 2.4 crores while continuing to represent only 2.3%. So vote percentage-wise, the Christian population has remained virtually the same. That is the reality of India. The last census from 2.4% 61 to 2.3%. The conversion campaign suggests there has been mass conversion. But Father Nigel, are you willing, is the Christian community, how would you want to engage with the VHP on these issues? Or does the Christian community want to engage with the Sangh Parivar? I believe pastors and bishops will go and meet the Prime Minister on 25th, possibly as they did last year. Do you want to engage with the Sangh Parivar or are you all feeling isolated? Honest answer.
So dialogue is the only way to resolve matters. And I think, as you rightly pointed out, the percentile in terms of increase in Christianity is, in fact, negligible. It's been static. So there is no way that this bogey of conversion and mass conversion and what one reads, and my dear friend out here has quoted scripture, but he's not quoted the context, and it's very easy to take things out of context and display it on national television, which doesn't actually make sense at all. But on the other hand, let's also talk about dialogue is, and we will be engaging with the VHP, we will engage with all people, because at the end of the day, we love our country and we'd like our country to represent itself in a way that's secular, that all persons feel welcome, and that all people identify with the
Do you
humanity
feel
of the
hunted? I
individuals.
wonder, honest answer, do you feel hunted and haunted? Do you feel, as you celebrate Christmas this year, do you feel a little hunted and haunted or not?
What?
Or am
So,
I
yeah.
overplaying a few incidences and suggesting that the Christian community feels under siege?
Okay, so there are two responses from my personal point of view, because I live in a city and we have a fabulous relationship with people. I do not feel myself hunted or haunted, but I think that sentiment is very clear in rural areas in the heartland of India, where people feel that even praying in their own homes is going to be a reason for some kind of punitive action by groups who don't want them
Right.
to profess their faith.
Colin Gonsalves, am I
Yeah, I don't-
exaggerating the scale of the issue? Are we in some way, is this now a widespread, you believe, the normalization of hate? Is that what is happening, the normalization of hate? Where people say, even without looking at the facts, will say, nahi, ye Christian log jo hai na, they are converting, even while sending their own children, by the way, to Christian schools, which is the hypocrisy. But go ahead.
Yeah, Rajdeep, I don't agree with Nigel at all. If a person is attacking us relentlessly again and again and again, then you don't go and do a dialogue with him because he'll punch you in the face. You saw that blind lady. She was negotiating with that lady, with that BJP leader. He was trying to
What's the
reason with
nature
her.
we were talking about?
He was trying to reason.
Hardcore radical.
What did she get in return for reasoning? She got pummeling. You can't negotiate with people who believe in violence, believe in discrimination, and believe in beating up
Bad.
people all the time. We cannot
Bad affairs.
negotiate with such people. We want an independent body like the judiciary to stand up to us. Why is the judiciary silent? Is the judiciary also on the side of the majority?
Now,
group
what
like
can the
this?
judiciary do, Mr. Gonsalves? What can the
Well,
judiciary do?
our case is pending in the Supreme Court for 5 years on these killings. 600 killings per year of Christians. Judiciary admitted the
Killings
matter.
or attacks? No, let's make a
6
distinction.
years.
Killings or attacks?
Attacks, attack after attack, merciless attacks. If the judiciary keeps quiet, the police keep quiet because the Home Minister is on their side. So if the judiciary keeps quiet, the police keeps quiet, what are we supposed to do? Go like lamb to the slaughter and say, we want to dialogue with you? I don't think so. I don't think we'll take this pacifist kind of attack. And Nigel, you have to
Amitosh,
show leadership. Nigel, you have to show
you're
leadership.
saying the Christian clergy has to show leadership?
Yes,
And they
Nigel, I
have to
want
take
to tell
this
you
up?
particularly, since you're on this program, the
Yes.
leadership of the Christian community has been poor to very poor.
Rajdeep,
You must stand up for the rights of Christians. You must support the people who are defenseless. You must be on their side. Not just say, I'm open to dialogue. Not things like that. anymore.
Amitosh, are you at least on this program willing to say, maaf kijiye? This is not the way, this
No,
is not
Raj.
our Hindu Bharatiya Sanskriti. Badi baatein hoti hai Bharatiya Sanskriti ki, and then
No,
you
Rajdeep,
hit a
I'm not.
defenseless, visually impaired woman. What can be more shocking about your Bharatiya Sanskriti, about our
most
Bharatiya Sanskriti? It's not my Bharatiya Sanskriti, I can tell you.
Rajdeep, my Bharati Sanskriti will not allow 70 poor Hindu children in an orphanage to be converted into Christianity in Madhya Pradesh. My Bharati Sanskriti will not allow to throw Hindu idols in a drain way across the Christian minorities. Odisha tribal women, my
He's
Bharati
changing the
Sanskriti will not
topic.
allow a
He can't
minority
answer
to
the
die
question,
under the
so he
name of
changes the
Christian
topic.
1 minute, Colin.
My Bharati Sanskriti will not allow Hindu children to have briefing Christian missionaries, and my Bharati Sanskriti will not allow to have a conversions on the cost of rice bags or on the cost of social services. And therefore, if we talk about Northeast Arunachal Pradesh, the tribals are coming forward with the raising of slogans to have an anti-conversion law to become forward because of the Christian minorities converting Hindu minorities on a larger perspective. So I believe the Bharati Sanskriti allows the Sambhav, not
Okay.
conversion.
Okay, I'm going to leave it there. I think we've heard enough voices.